Correct. Now, adolescence is one of the most important stage in human life, where the person undergoes various this thing. Now, to understand this adolescence, we must understand the various cycles of life. In our olden days, in Vedic period and the olden age of Indian culture, our life cycle was divided into four: Brahmacharya ashram, Grihastha ashram, Vanprastha ashram, and Sannyas ashram. And that was correspondingly around 25 years, then 50 years, 75 and 100 years. Brahmacharya ashram was student life, when people used to go to Gurukul and get educated. And Grihastha ashram used to get married, raise a household and all this thing. And Vanprastha ashram is people like me who are not wanted in the society, they were sent to Van. Go and live there. Don't interfere with your life. And Sannyas ashram. Sannyas ashram is the stage when out of husband and wife, one would have passed away, and is renunciation. Now, presently we divide human life in these 5 circles. Okay, first is infancy. Infancy is where you are totally dependent on your caretaker. Now, next is childhood, second stage in human life. Second stage in human life is around 2 years to 8 years, 7 years, when you are learning about the fulfillment of your biological need. How to eat, how to go to toilet, how to change your nappy yourself, you do with your student in the class 1 or this thing. This is the childhood. Then the adolescence. Now it is the state of rapid change, and we will talk about this in detail. Now, adolescence generally we compare with the teenage. Now, teenage means 11 to 19, but it may extend up to 8 to 22, 23. Even I have not grown up than the adolescence. I am adolescent till now. Okay. So, it is extendable, but generally it is considered teenagers. Then the adulthood. Adulthood, when the physical growth is complete, you are earning, you have got married, you are running the day-to-day life of the world. Then the old age, when you are again dependent on your caretaker, caregiver, or your physical strength goes down. These are the 5 stages of human life as of now. This old age. Earlier, old age used to be onset at the age of 50 years. Now it is up to 65 years. Now it is going to be around 70, 75 years. Now people are working till 70, 75 years. I am also working. So now this old age is a relative term. All these things are relative term, but these are the generally 5 stages in life cycle in a human life. From first cry to char kanda. These are the 5 stages. Now, this is the adolescence. Yeah. Please read out. Yeah, please read out.
Adolescence is the transitional phase of growth and development between childhood and adulthood.
Next line.
Who defines an adolescence as any person between 10 to 19 years of age. However, adolescence must be understood in broader parameters to encompass social, moral, and psychological aspects of growth besides physical aspects of maturation. Therefore, the term adolescence typically refers to the period between 12 to 20 years of age, and it is roughly equivalent to the word teens.
Now, this adolescence, the physical change or growth is there, transition is there. Okay, but the main aspect is this social, moral, and the psychological aspect. This is very, very important. The people don't grow psychologically as an adult. People don't develop the value system. That's why the people don't go beyond the adolescence and they become misfit. And all your children are in the schools are in this stage. And as a trainer, you all got the responsibility to handle the adolescence in a correct manner so that we produce better citizens for tomorrow. Now, how to handle the adolescence? This is the challenges adolescence faces. Firstly, there will be physical change in the body. आवाज़, लड़के का आवाज़ चेंज हो जाता है, लड़की का कंस्ट्रक्शन, बॉडी कंस्ट्रक्शन चेंज हो जाता है. पहले ऐसे होता है, ऐसे होता है फिर. After the adolescence, then there are social constraints. Girls are not allowed to go in, the boys are not allowed to sit in. Then the restriction of the physical movement, this is all. Now the absence of meaningful responsibility, it is the most important thing. The teenagers are not trusted by the elders and they want to prove I am grown up. There is a conflict here. Then the isolation from adults. In the meeting, in a family, in a school or anywhere, these adolescents are not included. They feel isolated. Now, all this results into deviance. People become deviant in this age. Most of the drug addicts start drug at the age of 12 to 19. Most of the deviant behavior of being rebellion happens at the age of 14 to 19 years. And they are all school kids whom you are dealing as a trainer. What you are going to do that to them? That's why handling of adolescence is a very important thing. And as adolescents, these are the challenges they face. And we must understand these challenges being faced by the adolescents so that we are able to handle them correctly. Now, when we talk about handling an individual, we must understand why a particular person is behaving in a particular way. In a psychology, we always say there is an environment and there is an individual. And there is an interaction between the individual and an environment, which results into a particular behavior. And we don't understand the behavior of our adolescents, and we deal them in a wrong manner, and we lead them to become deviant. And he becomes or she becomes misfit in the later life. What does environment means? Environment means you all are environment for me now. What an individual? I am. My own experience, my knowledge, expectation, motivation. Now my voice is getting stronger and stronger. I am getting motivated more and more. These are individuals. Now, this is the interaction. This results into the behavior of a particular person. With me till now? Now, environment is the complex awareness of surroundings perceived by an individual. An individual is made from the various environment one has encountered in one's life journey. The interaction between the environment and the individual get manifested in the behavior. This is a very high flowing language. Basically, human behavior is based on what is around him and what is inside him. Here, in his heart? No. What is inside him here? Okay. What I have experienced, if I had a bitter experience, then I will be a. This is the individual behavior, and if we understand individual behavior, we will be able to deal the adolescents better. Now, we have already talked about this. Now, deviance. Now, these are the behavioral changes you should be aware in the adolescence. These are the danger signals in a teenager. Awareness of surrounding is lost. When one teenager starts staying aloof, when one prefers to stay alone, there is a frequent change of mood, ultra obedience of the rebellion, and change in routine, etc. These are the danger signs in the behavior of an adolescent. You must look for these changes in your student, in your teenagers, all these things. Now, when we go further, this is one case study. It is a live case study which we had encountered. There was a boy who had joined the Indian Army, and he has made a Facebook friend who he got married. There is a conflict between his wife and his mother and sister. Then one fine day morning, he went back to his unit, supposedly, but in actuality he never went back to his unit. He was found dead at Bikaner after 5-6 days. Now, this is the actual story which happened. This boy was around 23, 24 years old. I would still consider him as adolescent. He has not grown up to handle the pressure of his adulthood. Now, what has happened? His involvement was his mother, his superior in his unit, his wife, relatives of his wife. Then as an individual, he had deep sense of obligation towards his mother, obligation towards his family, obligation towards his wife, a breach of trust of his superior. He was supposed to go back to the unit, he didn't go. This was individual. Now, which led to perceived state of helplessness in him, non-cooperation of near one, ignorance by relatives. That's why I won't say took his life himself, we don't know, but he was found dead at Bikaner, whereas he was supposed to go to Kashmir. Now, again we come to the deviance. Okay, in last, how many minutes we have covered till now? Bharat? 20 and 20 minutes. Okay, I had promised I will talk for 15 minutes, the 5 minutes extra I have taken. I am talking to people who are handling adolescence. And to handle adolescence, you must understand the human behavior. Human behavior is the manifestation of environment and the individual. And when interact, it results into particular behavior. And adolescents, they are already under a lot of tremendous pressure of growing up, coping up, and preparing oneself for the future. They are under tremendous pressure. And you all are handling adolescents. You must understand them, you must handle them. You cannot always template them. Template means why you are doing this, you are not supposed to do this. You must understand each individual. Environment may be same, but individual is different. And when you see this thing in a teenager, please be careful and handle them properly. Hope my few words in last 20 minutes or so will help us to produce better generation next. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everybody.